It's that time again, Poets Corner. Our last poem that we are going to cover is called a sonnet. If you had a chance to go through Miss W's YouTube page, I covered William Shakespeare's sonnet number 18. And this is a fun fact. Shakespeare wrote 154 sonnets. He was first well known for being a poet, and then he started writing plays. Now, a sonnet, there is William Shakespeare's Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day, also known as Sonnet 18. On this right-hand side, I put some fun videos for you to watch. The first one is Esther. She was on Little Big Shots, Australia, and she loves Shakespeare. That's a fun one to watch. The next one is an 8-year-old, same age you guys are. Her name is Alexis, and she did a dramatic reading of Sonnet 18. And the last video I have for you to watch is Miss W, and I read Sonnet 18. If you already watched it, that's okay. You don't have to watch it again. If you didn't, it's just something fun, goes over the sonnet and what it means. It's probably his most famous sonnet. Now, here is where we're going to go ahead and talk about the rules of the sonnet. Now, the sonnet has a lot of rules, kind of like our cinquem, but this one's even more so. A Shakespearean sonnet has lots and lots of rules. So, the very first rule is right here. A sonnet has 14 lines, and only 14 lines. So you can see right here, 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, only 14 lines. Now, it also has 3 4-line stanzas. Now, what is a stanza? If you look right here, it's a poetic paragraph. We have 4 lines, and this is 1 stanza. Now, those 4 lines are called a quatrain because those are 4 lines that rhyme. Now, the last 2 lines, right down here on the bottom, it's 2 rhyming lines, and that is called a couplet. Now, here's a big thing for sonnets. It follows a rhyme scheme. A rhyme scheme is a specific pattern of how the last words rhyme. We have the rhyme scheme A, B, A, B. So take a look right over here at the very first stanza. I have A, B, A, B written at the last, right on the end there, right at the end. So that way you can see the last word. The last word is wall, crawl. Those both rhyme, so you put an A. That's the rhyme scheme. A, light, upright, B, B. Look at the next stanza, stanza number 2, and it follows the rhyme scheme C, D, C, D. So these 2 last words should rhyme. ND, ND should rhyme. Creeps, asleep, pray, play. Good. Now, the next stanza, stanza number 3, follows E, F, E, F. Now, why do we keep changing E, F, E, F? Why don't we put A, B, A, B? Or C, D, C, D? Well, take a look at these words. Because A does not rhyme, wall does not rhyme with ready, so it gets its own letter for the rhyme scheme. So we have E, F, ready, unsteady, attack, back. So E, F, E, F. Now, when we get to our couplet, the last 2 rhyming lines, they have the rhyme scheme G, G. These 2 should rhyme together. Throughout, out. And then, nice little fun fact here as well, the Shakespearean sonnets, each line has only 10 syllables. So not only does he follow the 14 lines, 3 stanzas with 4 lines each, and then a rhyming couplet at the end, he also only writes with 10 syllables in each line. He was very, very talented. We call this Iambic Pentameter. That's a big fancy word. All right, let's read this, and this way you can see our rhyme scheme and our stanzas. We've got 3 stanzas with 4 lines each. My cat stares blankly at the wall, trying to hunt the light. She flicks her tail and starts to crawl, eyes focused, fur upright. I watch her silently as she creeps slowly towards her prey. I remain still as if fast asleep, for this is not child's play. Her moving stops, she is ready to jump up and attack. I see her ascend, now unsteady. I grasp and she looks back. Her eyes are chasms, black holes throughout, and my flashlight goes quickly out. And that is Cat Verses by Tasha Guenther. I hope you enjoyed our sonnet. Now, Miss W, if you would like to accept this big old challenge of writing a sonnet, you are more than welcome to. But I would like for you to just sit back and enjoy. It's not a requirement. I just love poetry. I will leave you with a story and a little bit more from Miss Valenti. Have a good week.